Remaining to live a life where you choose to have ignorance that you have control over your actions is truly bliss, but it's stopping you from progressing, finding fulfillment, and new experiences that will shape you to become a better person. Life without a purpose is like having a body with no soul. A big void is in the back of your head, in the unexplainable emptiness in your heart. Picture a life where when you wake up, your mind and body are in alignment with the promise of growth and prosperity, where no one pushes you to do something that is going to help you, but you push yourself to have limitless opportunities. Without a doubt, to attain this is pretty simple, and it's to just go, discover and transcend with a purpose. It's either regression or progression, one day or day one. You choose. Wake up. Hit snooze 4 times. Grab your phone. Open Snapchat. Then Instagram. Scroll to the bottom of the feed. Go on TikTok where there is no bottom. Then after 2 hours of mindless consumption, you choose to get up. You get nothing productive done in the morning because you fried your brain while scrolling on TikTok for 2 hours. So you finally decide to watch Netflix for the rest of the day. Around the same time last year, this is exactly the same routine I was living by every weekend and every free time that I had. It's either I was scrolling on Instagram for hours, watching Netflix, or just sleeping in general. And you could have the same routine as I had, but instead of watching Netflix, you could be playing Fortnite for hours. And instead of scrolling on Instagram, you'd be scrolling on TikTok for hours too. But it still has the same negative impacts it had on me. I had this terrible sleeping routine. I couldn't focus on the things that I found important and valued, and certainly not be productive in them at the same time. But I was able to change this by discovering or finding one of the most important aspects of my life, which is taught by Robert Greene, the author of 48 Laws of Power and Mastery, and decoded your life's task. Your life's task is one of the most important things you should be searching for, even if you're still a teenager. It has the capability of affecting your life, whether for the good or for the bad. And you can influence this by deciding right now to pursue it. And I'm gonna run through some action steps you can take moving forward that I took to discovering my purpose, or generally called your life's task. Your life is much more unique and special than what you make it to be. Many of us, and I myself, constantly forget about the fact of how completely different and unique all of us are. And the idea is pretty simple. You were born as a unique individual, completely different from your friend. The DNA that comprises of you has never existed in the millions of years of evolution and will not exist in the future. Your experiences growing up from 1 year and on has been completely different from everyone else. No one has ever, in the past obviously, has had the same experiences, same parents, and etc. as you. And that marks you as a different seed. If you cultivate that seed and find your purpose, you're gonna have a lot of success, a lot of things that you're gonna be achieving and seeing much more progress than you ever did. But a lot of people, right, before you find your purpose, are gonna try to direct where you go. Your parents are gonna tell you you should go to this career to be making a living, to be making much more money. But that money is never gonna satisfy you. And right now you go to school, your teachers are gonna tell you that you're not good at this because of your marks, and you get discouraged in the things that you could actually be great in and could make a purpose in that. So you yourself, you have to go back and look into your past. You have to go and look into the things that made you unique, into the things that you really liked, things you liked as a kid. You have to think about when you were a kid, about the things that you had pure desires for. And don't think about like I had desires to be playing games. Obviously, everyone had desires to be playing games as a kid, but you gotta be thinking about desires that are kind of unique from everyone. You can have a desire to be like, to be cooking, like actually just cooking. Could be just a desire, just be cooking, and that could lead you to finding your purpose. Maybe you could be a chef. You could be someone who would be teaching other people how to cook. And that's just showing you how, if you go back into the past and you put much more energy into it, you could find the things that could eventually lead up to your purpose. For me, I could give it as an example of how I've always been fascinated about how things are created. Sometimes I actually just phase out and start thinking that someone thought of creating something and turned it into $1 billion company. It's really interesting to me. So that's how I decided to get a purpose of being an entrepreneur, of creating the things that I could eventually turn into multi-billion dollar companies. And I've noticed that I've always thought like this when I was a kid. So what you gotta do is, you gotta look at the things that are enemies of how you're gonna come up with your purpose. One enemy I'm gonna tell you is other people's opinions. It's either gonna be opinion of your parents, an opinion of your teachers, and an opinion of your friends. Your parents and your teachers specifically are gonna stop you from choosing the right thing for you because they want you to choose a career that's gonna generate money for you to be able to have a living. But you could do the exact same thing or even make much more money when you choose to do something you would love to do, something you would regard as your purpose. And the other thing is social media. Let me tell you the truth right now. Social media is one of the biggest or one of the worst things that could turn your life upside down if you keep going with it. I was heavily addicted with scrolling on Instagram, but I stopped doing that because I found a purpose. But once you go on Instagram, right, you see those people who go grind hustle culture and you just go like, I want to do the same thing as them and earn money. Those people are just lying to you. They're selling you this fake dream that you can just make money out of doing online businesses. That is not how you should be pursuing on starting businesses, not because you saw something on Instagram. You should be pursuing on creating a business because you've always had a purpose or you've always liked doing that thing. So my advice to you, right? Firstly, know yourself. You need to be paying attention to the things that you uniquely like and the things that you don't like. This will actually give you a guide of where you want to go and where you don't want to. The second thing is to let the purpose come from inside you. Pause. And not what other people think, especially social media. And the third thing is to pay attention to the details and try to execute all those small little ideas of what you would think your purpose is. Even if it's just a small idea, just try it out. You never know where it can lead you. If you've reached this part of the video, hopefully you learned something significant from it. All I want you to know is, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. All your life goals and all those achievements you've been wanting so long, just start with a purpose. First, find your purpose and everything will come out. Just kidding. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you like and subscribe. See ya.